Welcome back, young coders. In the previous lesson, we have learned about JavaScript events and functions. Today, in this lesson, we're going to make our forms smarter using JavaScript. This is called form validation. Validation means checking if the user typed the right information before we accept it. So, let's go and learn this exciting lesson. Before we begin, the first question that comes into our mind is, why do we validate forms? The answer is very simple. Imagine if someone sends you a message with no name, no email, or just random letters. That wouldn't help, right? Validation makes sure users enter proper and useful data. It helps you to prevent empty submissions of required fields. It helps you to keep the password safe. It helps you to ensure that the email address is valid. It helps to improve the user experience by providing user success and error messages. Before we check inputs, let's meet a new friend, the if-else statement. Think of it like asking a question. If the answer is true, do one thing. Else, do something else. For example, if it's raining, take an umbrella. Else, go outside without one. In JavaScript code, it is written like this. Let's start. How should we validate our form before submission? Our first step is simple. Stop users from leaving fields empty. If the input box has nothing, we can show a message like, "This field cannot be empty." Easy but powerful. Next thing in validating our forms, if we have an email field, is to check whether the user puts a valid email address. To check if an email looks real, we can see if it has an @ symbol. This is the simplest check. Later, you'll learn more advanced ways, but this is perfect for now. Ever wonder when you create your account on Facebook or Google or at any platform, when you are setting a password, it shows some rules that the passwords should not be too short. It should have some special characters to make it a stronger password. We can set these rules using JavaScript form validation. We can also check if the password provided is equal to confirm password field. The most important part of form validation is to display user the perfect error messages. Instead of only using pop-ups, we can also write error messages directly below the input box. This looks professional and is easier for the user to see. Let's go to our portfolio website. We have already created an HTML form in part 7 of this exciting course. Let's add some more fields here. I want to add a field for password and confirm password as well. Oh, this toggle is not behaving nicely. We will fix it later. But let's see now how our password fields are looking. You can see the password is hidden because we set the type of these fields as password. Now I want to show users that these 4 fields are required fields. So, we will add a red star after the field names. In this way, we have shown users that these fields are mandatory to be filled. Now let's move to our script.js file and create a function for validation. Inside our function, let's first select all elements in a variable so that it can be easy to write the code. I am creating variables for my name, email, password and confirm password fields. Now we are good to write our first validation using the if and else way. First of all, I want to check that if my name has no value or it's empty, an error message should be displayed. We will call this function from our submit button using the onClick attribute. For now, let's change the type of this button to button instead of submit. Also remove this action attribute from here as it is used for sending data to the server, which is not part of this course. Let's check our first validation code. Oops, why it is not working? Oh, I found the issue. I have selected the element, but we need to see what is the value of that element. So here we need to add .value to get the value of the selected element by its ID. Let's check it now. Yes, it's working perfect now. But I don't want to show the errors using this alerts. I want to display the error messages under each field for better user experience. Let's go to contact.html and add the HTML code for it. We will show our error message here under this name field. I am writing it in red color. I am changing the span element to paragraph element. Also, we need to give an ID for this error message to show and hide it. Let's give it an ID of name error. Now inside our script.js code, instead of alert, we will show this error message. First select the element using the ID and then set its style property to display block, as we have already studied in part 22 of this course. Also in our HTML, we will set the display as none because initially the error message should be hidden. You can see now the error message is displaying below the name field. This will tell user exactly where the issue is. I am adjusting some stylings of our current HTML form to make it look more better. Let's add the same error messages paragraph elements below all other fields, where we want to show our error messages. For password, we will say, for example, that password should be greater than 6 characters. For confirm password, we need to check that the password value must be equal to confirm password value. For email, we will show error message if the email is not in the correct format. Now in our JavaScript code, we will add more validations. Just like we check for name, we will add validation for other fields. For password, we will check. If our password length is less than 6, then we need to display the error. Similarly, we will write the validation for confirm password. So if our password value is not equals to confirm password value, we have to display the error. In JavaScript, not equal to is written as this and equals to is written as double equals sign. Let's see the form in action. So initially all fields are empty. When we are clicking on Submit button, the error messages are displaying which is correct. But there is one issue in it. Let's fill the information and click on Submit. You can see still the error messages are displaying. These messages are displaying from our previous click, but we did not hide it again. So let's fix this issue. Let's create variables for these error elements as well so that it is easier to access them again and again. Now here is the logical step. Before going on if code, we will set all errors display to none. This code will make sure that when a user clicks on the button, first it will hide all the previously displayed error messages and then go to the if check and show error message as per the condition. Let's check the form now. You can see now the error messages are displaying properly. Now only one validation is left for email. So let's check if the email address has the rate symbol, so we will consider it a valid email address, else we will say that email address is not valid. In JavaScript we will write it like this. The exclamation mark symbol in JavaScript is used for not. So this code means that if not email address includes @ symbol, then show the error message. Now all our fields have validations set. Now what should we do when there is no error message? Here comes the else case. So if the code is passed through all if checks, we need to show user that the form has been submitted successfully. So here in else case, I am creating an alert. There is still one small issue in our code. Whenever we have multiple if conditions, we need to write it as if, then else if, and in the end will be our else condition. It means that if this condition is not true, check for another condition. If all conditions are not true, then go to else block. Don't worry if you find these programming concepts a bit difficult. Logicladder will soon launching its Coding for Beginners code where you will learn all these concepts in fun and easy way. Now it's your turn. As our form is successfully validated now, you need to complete the alert with the details user submitted. You can use \n inside alert text to move to a new line. You already know how to get input values with .value, now combine them in your alert message. In this video, we have learned why validate forms, the basics of if and else, how to prevent empty fields, how to check for valid email address, how to validate passwords, how to display error messages to user, and we have implemented all these in our portfolio website. In the next lesson, we will be ending our course by creating a basic carousel or image slider. See you there. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our exciting lessons.